Hey everybody, and welcome to Binder Minder. And today we have a Secrets of Strixhaven collector booster box. I've been looking forward to this one. This is one of those sets where, at least with the last Strixhaven, I thought the cards from the set itself were kind of medium, but the Mystical Archives are great. Any set that has like a bonus sheet that you get that kind of feeds in extra cards, extra juice, as they'd say, is usually pretty good, and this one is no different. As far as the Mystical Archives, there's some big cards like Force of Will. You have Vampiric Tutor, Cyclonic Rift, stuff like that. There's a lot more, and there's 3 different variations you keep your eye out, specifically in collector boosters. So there's going to be the English versions, which have that yellow trim, which I'm not the biggest fan of. There's the Japanese art, which has Japanese text with a unique Japanese art. And then there's a silver scroll foil, which is a much rarer version that we'll find in this Japanese art still. Now, at the end of the month, they do have the upcoming Secret Lair. They have one set that has Japanese art with English text, and I saw a lot of people on Reddit complaining about it, which is fair because the Japanese art in the text is pretty cool. But I do think that it would be really nice if we could actually use these cards more often. You can use them, obviously, but I like to play things that people can read. I collect, and I've got nearly the entire set of the original Mystical Archives in the Japanese versions because I love the art. I do. They look great. But some of them I really do want to be able to use, and I've actually gone to the trouble of even printing new text box and sticking it on the inner sleeve so that they're usable. But it looks terrible when you do that, So anyhow, what would be really cool is if we saw them do 2-sided cards, Japanese on one side and the English on the other side. That way we get both options. Anyhow, I'm going to dive into this. There is a serialized card that available in here. There are Elder Dragons. There are cards with spells including Power 9, like an Ancestral Recall, that are attached to the card. It's literally called Ancestral Recall. It's not just remaking or using similar version of the spell. And with all that, there's 2 Planeswalker. There's a Professor Delin Fell and a Rao Zarek. For me, I do want to get a couple of the borderless Elder Dragons. I think they look pretty cool. Emrys of Woe, I'm hoping to pull. Rao Zarek, that's another one that I think would be useful in a couple of my decks. And the Emrys of Ideation. That's the one with the Ancestral Recall. I'd love to get one of those. I think they're pretty cool. So, beyond that, as far as the Mystical Archives, obviously I'm going to try to work on completing the set with some big cards. I'm really hoping that I pull like a Vampiric Tutor, Force of Will, Flutterstorm, Jessica's Will, Cyclonic Rift. That's specifically the Japanese Cyclonic Rift. I'm really hoping to get with the cat on it. I love that one. So anyhow, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and dive into this. As far as pricing goes, we'll get into it later, but I am opening this on pre-release day right now. And so pricing that I'm going to see is just completely jacked up. We don't really have any idea as to where pricing is going to land just yet. I might even go through the trouble of... box cutter did nothing there. Might go through the trouble of actually opening this, and I might wait until I'm ready to edit this video to get to the pricing, but we'll see. I do have, so we've got into the collector booster in order for my wife, and she and I both have play boosters as well. I did not order the decks. I really do want the decks, but 5 decks is pretty expensive, and this is already pretty expensive set, so I thought I would hold off a little bit. Anyhow, get out the Chocobo playmat. This one's been pretty lucky for us, so hopefully we have pretty good luck here. We're trying to knock off a few of those big Mystical Archive cards. I will say, I'm going to do my best to be able to find a few here and there. as needed, but I'm probably going to have to fill in the text, what most of these do. And just so you guys know, for Mystical Archives and a Collector Booster, there's going to be 2 uncommons, and then 1 rare or mythic in the back. They can be Japanese, they can be English, either way. The Japanese ones, the English ones will be foil, but the Japanese ones could be non-foil or the Silver Scroll. I don't know if there's a regular. I think there's a regular foil too. Nope, there is not a regular foil. As far as the Silver Scroll stuff, I will say, and we're gonna hopefully pull one. Let's go ahead and dive into this. The Silver Scroll stuff. So with the last ones, they did etched foil, and the etched foil prices were basically the same as the regular ones. In fact, sometimes the etched foil stuff is cheaper. But I do think, from what I've seen picture-wise, video-wise, that the Silver Scroll was more substantial. So should be pretty exciting. We got 2, and we got a Silver Scroll right out of the box here. X and 2 black. I'm not sure what that is, but we'll put that there. That's really cool art, though. I love the skull. So the Silver Scroll, obviously it's like a raised foil around the boxes here, which is the same thing they did with the etched foil, but you see this has got a texture to it. They used etched foil through the art, and then they even did circles up here. So we are looking at a Shared Roots. We'll see what it's later on, but this version, the cheapest one for sale, is $20. I'm gonna do a stack of Mystical Archives separately, and then everything else I'm gonna do my normal stack. So we kind of get everything worked out here. Commons, uncommons. The lands, by the way, look amazing. I really do like these lands. Stack for lands. Resonating Loot. Sticking together. Rutha, Mastering the Moment. Mythic from the Commander deck. Mathemagenics. It's an Is It spell. This is Expressive Iteration. Counselor's Duelist. And then we got a token, an Inkling token, and Spirits. Alright, not too bad of a start. We got a Silver Scroll in the uncommon. Hopefully we get one in the mythic one. I've seen packs get 2. I've seen packs get none. So it is hard to say. It looks like we got an art card. Spirit Mascot. Doctor's Grave Gaze. Jeez. Stock up. I've seen this price has dropped down significantly. Disdainful Stroke. The Plains. Plains looks good. Alright. Withering Curse. Yamamaya Boom Sage. It's got a channel attached to it. Dina's Guidance. It's a rare. I'm not sure what that is either. I'll look that one up. I'll just put it here. Tragedy Feaster in the Field Notes treatment. And then Transcendent Archaic for our token. Or for our art card. Looks like there's a lot of people excited about this set, which is good. I mean, I like some of the Universes Beyond stuff, but I do think it's good to see excitement about the in-universe stuff, because I think that it's not getting enough love from WotC. Alright. A Braid and Giant Growth with the cool looking squirrel, Screaming Squirrel. A Mountain. So we got an island, plains, and a mountain. That's pretty good. Grave Researcher. It's got Reanimate attached to it. Augusta Order Returned. Together as one. We got one of the etched ones here. It's a rare. Winds of Abandon. And let's look this one up. One blue. This is Pongify. I guess if I would look, there's a. Is it 3/3? Oh, there it is, 3/3. It is really cool looking though. I don't think the video really does it justice, but these things do have a pretty good pop. They did a much better job on those than the etch foils. Pongify is a pretty playable card. It's not too bad of a one to get. I mean, obviously it's not a cool cyclonic rift or something, but not a mythic. But another art card, and this one's got a dent in it as well. Hopefully none of our other cards have dents. One in the blue. And then Feed the Swarm. That's pretty cool looking. Other planes. Well, we know what that is. Molten Core. Striding Shot Collar. Ambitious Augmenter. It's a nice turtle. Prismatic Ending. In foil. Emrys of Woe. This is one of the ones that I wanted. It's got Demonic Tutor attached to it. That's a pretty good one to pull. I've seen the prices of these boxes go crazy. This one we get a pretty good deal from our local game store. But some of them have been nuts. Commons, uncommons, Molten Note. It's a 1 in the white. Any guesses? It's got Samurai on it. It's pretty cool looking. Bulk Up. Got a Swamp. So that's still need a forest. Deathcap Glade. Land enters tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. These are the ones from Innistrad. They're playable, good lands. And then this is the new lands. Oh, no, that's the same one. It's just the this land enters tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. Is it not the same? It's 2 or more other lands. Oh, so this is the new ones. Slumbering Trudge. Alright, so Mythic, 2 and a red. Oh, that's Jessica's Will. That's a good one. That's a good pull. Joined Researchers. And we got a Boar and a Frog Lizard token. Let's see. Wander Off. Commons. Let the land. Uncommons. This one just likes to stick. 2 in a green. Pretty cool. There's Zombify. Swamp again. Jadzi, Steward of Fate. Got an Oracle's Gift attached to it. Lattice Library. Steal the Show. And Dismember. Dismember should be a pretty easy spot. Mana Sculpt. Control or counter target spell. If you control a wizard, add in an amount of mana equal to the amount of mana spent to cast that spell to begin your next mana phase. Fractal. And a Pest. brush off. Requisition rate, and then a braid. This is non-foil. There's our forest, so that's the last one. Improvisation capstone. Probably shouldn't be recording these videos when I'm tired at the end of the day, but Nexus mentality. Magma blood archaic in the field notes. And we got Culling Ritual. You notice that pack actually had all English ones. Berta, Wise Extrapolator, Contract, and Pegasus. All right. Commons. This is a 1 white. Hop to it. That's pretty cool. Exhibition Tide Collar. Alright, so this is the new Turbulent Moor. These are, I've seen people call them the Cinnamon Roll lands. This land enters tapped unless your opponent controls 8 or more lands. Scheming Silver Tongue. Fracture. Sky Coach Conductor, the Bird Pilot. And we get that Jessica's Will, but I haven't seen like a big banger of a Japanese other than that one. Like, I can't really complain about that. That's a good hit. But we haven't seen like a Cyclonic Rift or anything crazy. Alright, 1 in a red, and then Giant Growth again with the Screaming Squirrel. Love that card. Practice. Oh, I see an Armageddon back there. Practice offense. Renegade Bull. Splatter Technique. Foil Armageddon. Behind it is a Planeswalker with that Rouse Zarek Guest Lecturer. In foil. That is one of the ones that I wanted to get. I thought it'd be kind of, people would hate it, but to flip five coins, target opponent skips their next X turns, where X is the number of coins that came up heads. That's pretty dirty. Spirit Token and a Fractal. I haven't actually gotten a signed art card yet. There we go. What is this? Chroma's Will, too. That's probably a good one. I forgot that Chroma's Will was even in Mystical Archives here. Alright, here's the comments. Charging. Helping Hand. Royal Treatment. Suspend. Aggression. It really sticks together sometimes. Feral Appetite. Arc of Hunger. Rare Empty the Warrens. And then Wild Growth Archaic and foil with that Field Notes treatment. Alright. This looks familiar. Is this like Spell Pierce? Yeah, it's Spell Pierce. Repel Calamity. Hit a mountain. Fix what's broken. So these foils really stick to the non-foils. Fateful Tempests. Faithful. There we go. An Elder Dragon. Lorehold the Historian. That's really cool. Borderless one too. Flying Haste. Each instant and sorcery card in your hand has Miracle 2. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. I think this would be a lot of fun to be a commander. Empty the Warrants. We just got that before. Oh, we got another Silver Scroll foil, and this is a 3 in a red. We've already pulled this, right? 3 in a red. This is Big Score. Man, that's crazy. 3 of these. I didn't know that you can get 3. That's a neat looking lion. Iger Gilfmage. So we do have, I think, 4 or 5 new cat cards. All right, last pack. Let's see how we do. There's a few new cat cards from this set. We're gonna have to get for my wife's cat card collection. Man, 3 of these Silver Scrolls. None of them were real crazy, but still. All right, lands. Uncommon. Return the Favor. Bitter Triumph. Playable. Mountain. Petrified Hamlet. What's this? When this land enters, choose a land card. Land card name. Activated abilities of sources with that chosen name cannot be activated unless they are mana abilities. So that could be pretty useful in some cards. Anything that is activated but doesn't use mana. Merchant of Venom. Pox Plague. I've got 2 decks that this will go really good in. Brotherhood's End. It's a good card. Dinah's Guidance. Inkling. Spirit. So, we did surprisingly well when it comes to the Silver Scrolls, for sure. But we didn't really see any, we didn't see a Force of Will, we didn't see a Flutterstorm, Vampiric Tutor. We did see a Jessica's Will. We didn't see a Cyclonic Rift. So a lot of those more sought after cards we didn't see on an either English or Japanese version. So that I'm not sure where we're going to land on this. Having the 3 Silver Scrolls though is probably going to help us. And that Jessica's Will is a good hit. As far as the Strixhaven side, just the non-Mystical Archive side, we did get the Lorehold the Historian, which is pretty sought after. That's a good card. It's the only Elder Dragon that I think we saw, right? And we did not get the Amorous of Ideation or anything like that. I don't think we got the Amorous of Truce, the cat one. We did get the Ralzeric, and we got that in foil, which is really cool, with the Borderless. So definitely still a lot more to go. We get the Amorous of Woe with the Demonic Tutor attached. So there were some cards. Anyhow, I'm going to get everything scanned in here, and I'll come back. I'm not sure if I'm going to come back right after, or if I might wait until I'm a little closer to editing and come back with, dive through our pile of cards here and talk about the pricing a little bit. So we'll see. But I'll be back in just a minute with the pricing. Okay, we're back. Got everything scanned in, sleeved up, and some time has passed. So when I opened up the box, it was pre-release, first night of pre-release. As of now, I'm sitting on Wednesday after pre-release. So we're still in the pre-release time frame, but things have settled down a little bit. We'll get a big drop still this coming Friday, and then things will, slowly change after that. But at least I've given it a little bit of time before we take a look at this stuff. So we'll just go ahead and dive into it. So, good thing about the collector booster boxes, you don't get too big of a stack of commons, uncommons. So these 2 stacks, these are the cards that are commons, uncommons. The exception to that is the uncommon Mystical Archives. I have gone ahead, because I am planning on trying to collect them, I have gone ahead and sleeved some of these up. For the most part, you can see I've got a majority more of the English than I did get the Japanese, at least in the stuff that's under $2. The Japanese stuff's also in our stack of stuff that's over $1. But even when you figure all that stuff in there, I definitely got a lot more of the English, which is kind of a bummer because I've got a play booster box as well, and so I feel like I'm going to get closer to completing the English set, but really I mostly just want to complete the Japanese set. Anyhow, as far as lands go, or I'm sorry, as far as tokens go, we did get a few tokens, nothing crazy. So a couple usables. These Pegasus, I remember these used to be hard to get. Some spirit tokens, pest tokens, fractals. Fractals are pretty standard in this set. Inklings. Inklings will be really nice for use with our... oh, I just went blank on it. Doesn't matter. And then for our art cards, I ended up with 5 of them. One of them with the signature. The signature one I got is the Acromas Will, which I haven't looked it up, but I bet you that one might be worth something, actually, now that I see it. And one of them did come banged up here. It came out of the pack like that. For lands, there were a couple cheap dual lands, but not too many. We did get a nice collection of the 4 foils, and we got one of each, right? Yeah, I got at least one forest there, 2 forests. So, and I do really like these lands. These came out pretty good. I do, I have to say, and it's not specific to this set. I can think of a lot of sets, almost every set. I would like these a lot more if they didn't always put in something in the foreground here. The backgrounds they make for a lot of these look great. Like even the Spider-Man ones and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ones. If they didn't have the things jumping in the front, they would look better. And that goes all the way back to like March of the Machines and Brothers War and stuff. Those had awesome looking full art lands that had like weird like Emrakul floating in the background or something. So anyhow, here are our rares as of today, at least. Well, some of these I think may have dropped. Here are our rares that when I sleeved everything up are not over $1. This will probably get a lot bigger. And then this is our stack of cards that were in the $1 to $2 range as of sleeving. A few of these were actually over $2 when I sleeved them, and now they're down. I did move some of those down, but I haven't dropped any of the ones that dropped down below $1, which some of these I'm sure have. I did sleeve up our Mystic Archives, like I said, in a different sleeve, so I can come back to them later on. And then this right now is our stack of stuff that's over $2. Again, a lot of these. So everything that's under right now, it's in that $1 to $2 range. Probably all of these are going to drop in below, and then the majority of these are going to end up in this pile or even in the under $1 pile after this Friday even. So anyhow, we'll start at the cheapest one, the closest to $2, and that would be Together as One, which was $2.07. Wild Growth Archaic. This is the Field Notes, and it's foil, and it's $2.10. It's so cheap. Molten Core Maestro. This is in foil. It's $2.16. Dina's Guidance Extended Art. I've got 2 of them. This foil one is $2.31. Non-foil is $2.39. This right here, I wish I would have put better notes. I'll go ahead and put it up here. This is $2.40. Joined Researchers Extended Art foil is $2.69. Ambitious Augmenter Extended Art and non-foil is $2.72. So like a lot of those are going to drop down. Stock Up, the English Stock Up non-foil is currently $2.73. Striding Shot Collar Extended Art is $2.80. This one is $3 even in non-foil. Consolator's Duelist is $3. Feral Appetite Extended Art is $3.17. This, by the way, was extended art and foil. This is $3.07. And Fateful Tempest Extended Art is $3.09. Distracted myself. I believe that's a braid. It's $3.09 for the non-foil. Japanese Mystical Archive Extended Art Eclipsed Steep is $3.25. Splatter Technique Extended Art non-foil is $3.33. This one right here, again, text right here, is $3.66. Petrified Hamlet in foil is $3.70. Tragedy Feaster in the field notes and foil is $3.71. Then we have an Extended Art Pox Plague. This is $3.83. Winds of Abandonment is $4.16 in English. This is Spells Pierce, that's $4.40. Nexus Mentality Extended Art is $4.45. Grave Researcher, oh, this is, I got my stuff in the wrong order here, I guess, or something changed. Hold on. Nope, I'm dumb. I didn't click. Grave Researcher for foil is $4.75. Steal the Show Extended Art is $4.78. Resonating Loot is now $5.02. That has dropped, but I feel like that's actually come back up a little bit. That's just the regular, but foil Dismember in foil English is $5.68. Withering Curse foil is $5.90. Turbulent More has actually gone up in price since I scanned this stuff. It's now $7.73. It's one of the few cards that have gone up. The Improvisation Capstone, this has come down, but it's $7.75. Flow State has also gone up. This is now $8.03 for this foil. It's an uncommon, and it's going up. It's crazy. Mathemagenics Extended Art is $8.54. Armageddon foil in English is $9.68. This one is a Silver Scroll, $13.55. Manuscript in Extended Art foil is $16.96. Then we have Raoul Zarek Guest Lecturer in the Borderless and foil. That is $17.53. My one Elder Dragon, not foil, it's the only Elder Dragon I pulled though, is Borderless and it's $24.26. This is Big Score and that's in a Silver Scroll. That is $37.09. This is Jesgai's Will, non-foil, $69.69. That's going up $12 since I scanned it. This one right here is Pongify in the Silver Scroll. That's $74.65. And then the last one is the Emeritus of Woe in Extended Art and foil. And that is, it's gone down a little bit, but it's still $75.55. As far as my box, I did pretty good. I don't have the total of $1 or more because of waiting so long. Because, well, my total of $1 or more when I scanned it initially was $480 some dollars, but most of it didn't scan. So now everything's scanned in there, or everything has a price. The total box price is $544. That's come down 20% since I scanned it, but $544 currently is pretty good. I got a really good price for this box. I paid $250. I could say, I mean, I did not get any of the mythics. I did not get any of the big, crazy. I mean, Jessica's Will is good, and I got some good Silver Scrolls. But as far as like the regular Mystical Archives, I didn't get a bunch of those. I did get the Emeritus of Woe, but we didn't see any of the other Emerituses. So, I mean, there's definitely some room to grow from there, and that doesn't count the fact there's a serialized card in the set as well. So, all things considered, not too bad, but not the best. We'll have to wait and see how my wife's box will be. That'll be the next video, and then we'll still have 2 play booster boxes as well. So, I am still a big fan of the Secrets of Strixhaven set, specifically the Mystical Archives. I do think, and I don't know if I talked about it too much, but I would think it'd be very cool. So they got the Secret Lair coming out, and they're doing some of the uncommons with an English text box, right? I would love to see if they do this again, which is going to be years from now, if they ever do. But the Mystical Archives, I'd love to see these Japanese Mystical Archives just flip over, have the same art, but English text. Like, I think it's good to have this. I think it's the one card where the Japanese text is okay to have with the art, but these are so good. The art is always so good with these things, and it's just a shame that we don't get the opportunity to be able to play it without having to guess or without having to make other people guess or ask. And I don't think that's fair to do when you're playing the game. So, like I said, flippable would be awesome. We don't lose this, but we gain readable text would be perfect. But a little late for that one, I guess. Anyhow, this is Binder. As always, thanks for watching. To put us in your binder, like I'm going to, at least with our hits here, and the Mystical Archive, since I'm going to try to collect those. All you do is like and subscribe, ring the bell to be notified, and you can also catch us on our social media, which is linked in the description down below. Hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you soon, because we have another collector booster box coming right after this one. So.